Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. You know I'm not a fan of pre-orders, and I usually don't do them myself, and I almost always tell you not to do them. So look, here's Fusion Strike. This is about 5 days after release now. It was November 12th that was the official release date. And like I've said before, I can't believe TCG Player gives us all the sales data. So what I've done this morning is I've gone through here and I've clicked all the way back to the beginning of the pre-sale of Fusion Strike, which was September 1st of 21. And I copied all of those data into a spreadsheet, and then I used the text to columns function here in Google Sheets, and I divided it up so I could see every transaction individually. What day did it happen? How many boxes was it? And what was the price? And then I came up with the total cost of the transaction, because what they give you is the per box price. So I was able to say that, the 6 days post release, they've sold this many boxes, this much total cost, so this average price. And the 72 days of the pre release, they sold about 3,000 boxes for this much money total and this average price. So the first thing you can see on this is that the average price prior to release was $17 higher than the average price after release. Okay. And then what I did is I came through, and for every day, I said, let's count up the number of boxes that were sold on that day, the total of all the transactions and revenue, and thus what the average cost is by taking the ratio of those two. And so I was able to get a set of data that is every day of the pre and post release and the average cost of the booster boxes on that day. And then I plotted that. And let me drag this up here so we can kind of see what the rest of these data. And so this is the plot that you get. And what you see is from the beginning on September 1st when pre-release opened all the way through to a couple days before the pre-release ended and the official release started, the price just slowly melted. And so, if you bought at any time during the pre-release, you paid too much money. And we can go in here to this data and we can look for November 12th, which is this day right here. The price was 118 on November 12th. And I just assumed that when we rolled over to midnight on November 12th, it was in release. I didn't worry about trying to figure out, hey, what time in the morning did it change from pre-release to release? I just said the whole day's data is post-release. So 118.44, and you see that's right down here where this line is already flat. And so if you pre-ordered this, you paid too much. And you may have paid too much by, $60 a box? And what did you get from that? I mean, the stores that are selling these to you as a pre-release product, they're not allowed to ship early. So they have to wait until, is it the day of or maybe the day before the release date before they can ship? And so you probably didn't get the product earlier. You definitely didn't get it cheaper. You may have gotten it at the same price because, on the back of this huge release of the extra wave of everything a few weeks ago, as the prices plummeted over the course of 2 days here, the box prices went down $20 a box. So, you may have caught it at the bottom end of that and gotten it for $1 or $2 cheaper per box. But overall, pre-ordering this product didn't do you anything. And this is what I see again and again with pre-orders is people are pre-ordering if they value getting the product a couple days earlier. It may be worthwhile to do it, but typically it's not, and you're going to pay more. You're not really going to get it that much earlier, and it's almost never worth it to pre-order. There are rare exceptions, maybe something like Time Spiral Remastered, where when it was in pre-order, we didn't quite understand just how badly WotC was going to do distributing that product through bad decisions and poor foresight, I would say. So that might have been a rare one where if you risked pre-ordering, you came out ahead. But typically, you will not come out ahead. I'm going to do this for a couple more products. I'm definitely going to do it for Innistrad Crimson Vow. Its hard release date is, I guess, 2 days from today on the Friday the 19th. And then I'm going to give it a couple days after that so we can see kind of, how the market settles once it's been on full release for a few days. But I'm going to try to compile several of these over time and just kind of show, make a case for people that, pre-ordering it costs you a lot of extra money and it really doesn't get you anything. So please don't do it. And if you can think of some good circumstances when you would want to do it, especially if they're circumstances that we can observe beforehand, not things we have to only observe with hindsight, let me know. I'd love to know your ideas on that. So if you like this kind of thing, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.